Since the 15th century, the Iberian empires colonized different territories in Europe, America, Asia, and Africa.
People thought that the creation of these global empires changed unilaterally the whole world. The way this history is understood has been influenced by different perspectives, particularly in the 19th century when history and legal history became modern fields of study. Governments created agencies to share information about their colonies, and scholars wrote about the adventures of these travels and classified people by race. This was often inspired by nationalistic and dictatorial contexts in which scholars wrote about the formation of the nation-state. Only in the second half of the 20th century did scholars start to question the ideas behind discoveries and began to talk about anti-colonialism. They discussed the social, political, and administrative parts of the empire, questioned how it was managed, and showed that there were different groups of people involved in making decisions. They suggested new ways to think about governance, which challenged the idea that the empire was at the center of everything. To support these new ideas, scholars used sources that hadn't been considered before. In legal history studies, new interpretations helped people understand how law worked in the past, in ways different from what was believed in the 19th century. These interpretations aimed to make legal history less Eurocentric and to show how academic ideas and practices could be changed. Inspired by these ideas, the GloNo project proposes a new way of doing legal history. We look at the history of the Iberian world using a global legal history perspective. Our main goal is to understand the global by focusing on the local. Therefore, this project is centered on the development of a global legal history using the concept of glocal and knowledge of normativity. Based on an extensive variety of sources from different local archives, we aim to overcome the binary vision of law as either theory or practice. To do so, we are using different sources, such as pragmatic literature, norms from the religious jurisdiction, customs, royal and local governance decisions, codifications, newspapers and novels, and, most importantly, practices. We focus on how local actors produced new knowledge of normativity by drawing on their specific local knowledge.
This knowledge comprises discourses, practices, rules, principles, and norms. That is, explicit or implicit knowledge with a regard of certain field of action.
In this sense, practices are important sources, and that's why our focus is on actors, individual or collective, jurists and non-jurists, women and men.
Law is a social and cultural product, continually in the making, produced by the state and its institutions, but also through different communities, within or beyond local or imperial borders. While studying the history of the Iberian world between the 15th and 20th century, we assume that law is in continuous motion, a product of social and cultural constructions.
Deve ser alguma coisa de lá.